Welcome to the 2024 Washington High School Girls Lacrosse Championship here in the state of Washington. Scott Ohsman joined along with Emily Durban, Coach Durbs, and on the sideline later, our teammate Grace Hamilton. Glad you're here with us at Starfire right in Tequila, about 25 minutes just south of downtown Seattle. We have a spectacular matchup as usual here tonight. It is Mercer Island, the Islanders. They've been here 4 out of the last 5 years, Emily, but they got a new kid in town. It's the Seattle Prep Panthers under first-year head coach Katie Brodsky, who, by the way, used to play for head coach Lindsey Gillis and was playing at this Starfire just 6 years ago in a championship. Starting with the Seattle Prep Panthers, Emily, it is firepower all the way, and it has to start with number 16, Sophia M.
Sophia M is incredible. She's someone to keep an eye on tonight. Let me read her stats here. She's got 30 goals. She's got 19 assists, 41 draw controls this year. Man, she's going to be on fire, and I think she's going to be someone that really is a tide turner out here.
Just a junior, and then she flips it over to another junior, Catherine Kaiser, for the Prep Panthers, heading to Columbia. She's already committed. She can fill it up.
Oh, man, she's got great stats also. 37 draw controls as well. The two of them, put them together, they've got some control in the circle. We've got 15 caused turnovers from her. That's huge. If we can get a turnover or two in this game, that could result in some goals that tide it over towards their winning tonight.
And for the Panthers, they're going to have a tough task. But on the defensive end, it all starts with the junior Sophia Staggs. I mean, what a stud.
Man. She's absolutely incredible. Keep an eye on her tonight. She's going to be running a little bit of the backer defense, so she's going to be moving all around the field. She's going to be trying to get that double. I really think that they're going to have a good time stopping Mercer Island, and Mercer Island's going to have some trouble fighting that off.
Yeah, so the Panthers, and under head coach first year, again, Katie Brodsky, who used to play at Mercer Island, then went to Arizona State. I keep talking about her. Sophomore, junior year, 31 goals, 25 assists. I mean, she is epic, and we have some film of her coming up later. But the question is always the goalies, right? The goalies. Quinn Dennehy, she's actually a phenomenal skier. She's part of the Olympic U18 ski team. But how can she keep control of this game and not get it out of control? Because Mercer Island, we'll talk about it, has flamethrowers.
Absolutely. She's going to be huge. Quinn is going to be a huge asset for Seattle Prep tonight. She was not present for the one game that Mercer Island lost more than one goal to this year. Seattle Prep lost 4 games, 3 of them by 1 goal, 1 single game by more than 4, and they didn't have Quinn. So I think it makes a big difference.
And that Prep team, they started the season, Emily, 3-4. Then something clicked. All of a sudden, they're on an 8-game run. They win against Issaquah in a tight one in the semifinals on Tuesday night. Now let's head over to Lindsey Gillis. She's been here. She's in her 8th year as the head coach of Mercer Island. She's been 4 out of 5. She's won 2. She's going for her 3rd. And the firepower is just unbelievable for the Islanders. But you got to talk about number 1, Chelsea Cho. She can fill it up.
Chelsea Cho, 52 goals on the year tonight. 43 draw controls. She's stellar on the circle. She's also got 21 ground balls. So if that ball's hitting the dirt, Cho's probably going to be there to come up with that big goal.
And you got the fastest speed, your number 4, Erica Kierstad. Hard to keep up with her.
He's amazing. She's got 58 goals herself. She's also on the circle with 43 draw controls.
But all that Lindsey Gillis, the head coach, as we're getting ready for the draw here at Starfire, is the phenom freshmen. You got Camille Manfred, and you got Lulu Carr.
Oh, man, just incredible. If we want to talk about control on the draw circle, we have to talk about Camilla. 116 draw controls this year. Something to look at. She's not in the center drawing to herself. She's around the arc fighting for it. 116, that's an incredible amount of goals. So she's going to be a big firepower, and I think she's going to give the offensive edge maybe to Mercer Island at the start of this game.
Let's go down to our field reporter, Grace Hamilton, who has played both these teams as the head coach of the Woodinville Falcons. Grace, what do you think we're in store for tonight?
Well, I think we're in store for a great show of what is Washington Lacrosse. 2 phenomenal teams with 2 phenomenal coaches. Expect a battle at the draw circle, game within the game, and really balanced offense and defense from both sides here. It's going to be a great game.
And let's talk about the Mercer Island goalie as we get set here, and we'll take a pause. We'll be back here. But you got to talk about Lily Loeffler. Now, Loeffler, the goalie for Mercer Island, she has been hot and cold, Emily Durban.
Yeah.
She has had spectacular nights, and she's had nights where it's just it's tough.
Yeah, she could be someone to watch throughout this whole thing. They've been prepping her all week. She's had a great practice. Coach told her they've been really working to make sure that she's at a great place. They feel pretty confident with her going into it. I don't think that she'll have a problem. This is a big game. You're going to step up in big games.
All these kids are young. Not a lot of seniors you're going to see here tonight. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with the draw. The 2024 Washington State High School Girls Lacrosse right here on STSPN.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, request immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Scott Ohsman, Emily Durban, Grace Hamilton with you. Starfire in Seattle for this one. Our officials tonight is going to be Anna Gustafson, Lynn Porterfield, Joe Bundick, and Dave Ohsman on the table. Emily, you and I have been doing this for 9-10 years. We lost track, actually. We had to remember. The level of play, we talk about every year, it gets better and better, and you're going to see some high-flying athletes tonight. We'll talk about some of these kids are going to play big-time D1 lacrosse.
Yeah, I think it really shows how the sport's progressing. We're getting people that have played at the D1, D2, D3 level coming back home, coaching these kids, bringing the things that they learned in different regions, so we get to see different things in different ways that they're growing and developing the game out in there, and then bringing it home here. And it's really nice to see.
And for Seattle Prep, again, first-year head coach Katie Brodsky, a big shout-out to her assistant, Elizabeth Andrews. They call her Smalls. She has installed a brand-new defense, and it is working as we get ready for the draw.
It's working for them. They're doing a new backer defense this year, which is kind of a man zone, almost a box and one if you're familiar with basketball terms, but just a little bit different. Be really exciting to see how Mercer Island adapts to that.
You have at the draw in 24, Mercer Island in the white and Seattle Prep in the blue unis as Lynn Porterfield there setting the draw. And we're just about underway.
Taking a while to set the draw here. We got two gate ones, gate ones, which is interesting for anyone nerding out on draw sticks these days like myself.
There you go. I think it's Pearl Steel at the draw.
That's correct.
For Prep. And here we go as the restraining line is the wall there. And now we start this with a whistle. And it's going to go to Mercer Island.
Sorting out that scrum to get going here.
And there's one of the superstars, 15, Camila Manfredo. As you mentioned, 31 goals. She leads the team in assists with 25.
She's going to be definitely a player to keep an eye on tonight. She's going to have the ball a lot, and let's see what she can do with it.
Some early defense right there.
Heavy pressure.
Yeah, Amanda Christian gets the cause turnover, her 12th of the year. And here come the Panthers, Catherine Kaiser with the number 27.
Notable to see that backside pressure really heavy on ball for Prep. Haven't quite seen them do that this year. Interesting to see that they've implemented this today.
And just as they get it down there, Grace, it's turned over, and here comes the Islanders.
Fantastic triple team with the Islanders to put the stop on that and then to do a nice legal check to get the ball back.
The other freshman, 28, Lulu Carr. In your picture as they get it back behind cage. We talked to head coach Lindsey Gillis from Mercer Island about, do you want to speed this game up or settled? And she said settled is her preference, although at times they want to push in the midfield.
I think that's pretty smart when you're playing against a backer zone, which you'll see that float player number 21 moving back and forth here. She's going to double the ball anytime it gets into that critical scoring area.
Mercer Island calling their zipper play here. Look for a post from Sophia Kincaid to slip through the middle here.
There's Kierstad. She's fast over to Cho, and then she gets a shooting space. And Emily, a shooting space. Why don't you describe what that rule is for everybody at home? They might be a little new to this game, and she sets up on the 8-meter.
Absolutely. A shooting space is a penalty that when you're within the critical scoring area, the defense must stay within a stick's length of the offensive player with the ball. If the defense is further than the stick's length away, and they're in between the ball and the goal, a shooting space will be called. And there we go.
And Kierstad sets the tone here. It's 1-0 Mercer Island, her 59th goal. She had 2 in the semifinal win over Seattle Academy, last year's champion, in that 10-8 victory on Tuesday night right here. And Mercer Island up 1-0 with 9:43. The other new development this year in high school lacrosse, quarters, not 2 halves anymore. We're going to have 4 quarters of play for you tonight.
Yeah, that's something that I actually really enjoy about the game. We get that small little break every couple minutes. Coaches get to recalibrate their teams, and we get to see some nice adjustments that just makes the game a little bit more exciting.
My favorite rule change as a coach for this year is to do some adjustments.
Absolutely, and
yep.
Grace's mic just breaking up just a tiny bit there. We'll look up that. As again, Chelsea Cho and Pearl Steele right now at the draw as Lynn Porterfield sets it. And it looks like there's a procedure.
Oh, there wasn't a, yeah, there's a whistle.
There was a whistle. And Prep will get a chance as Pearl Steele, the sophomore, will get a 27 draw controls on the season, as she tries to get this evened up at 1-1. And Lindsay Schiller, number 4, she's a freshman, 15 goals on the season. You're going to hear a lot of freshmen, sophomore, juniors as we call these kids out. And there's M, 16. It all starts with them. Goes high. Too much sauce on that one, out of play, and it's going to be a turnover in the offense, and it'll head to MI.
Yeah, just a bit outside on that one.
As it's in the stick of Loeffler, and Loeffler looking. And see how they are on the ride, Grace Hamilton, and how aggressive Prep is trying to cut off a clear.
Yeah, expect them to play pretty even here. Make them work for it.
I like these off-ball cuts that you'll see, people cycling in and out. You'll see multiple players coming from different directions, which should help free somebody up. Taking some time, though, here.
Just a reminder, in high school, no shot clock in high school women's or girls lacrosse. College, it's been installed there as in 90 seconds, no shot clock. So Loeffler outside of the circle, she can stand there all night if she really wants to.
She certainly can. And you'll notice they're setting a lot of picks up here. The picks in lacrosse are much different than picks in basketball. You're allowed to do a moving screen. You just have to give the opposing player a little bit of space so that there's not a collision for player safety.
Grace, do you think this is strategy as far as getting it to Loeffler and making sure the clear there, she gets it open, and here we go.
Yeah, I think patience on that will be key.
And
want to possess the ball.
Yeah, there's a great back check right there, and Prep comes up with it.
Stealing some cookies from the jar.
But now it's right back to Kierstad. Number 4 in white has it, and she can hustle down. She is one of the quickest players on the field.
Yeah, absolutely incredible transition times here.
Goes back into the stick of Kierstad. Erica heading to Trinity next year. One of the few seniors on this Mercer Island squad. You know, they lost 11 seniors last year. They got beat in the semifinals to the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Take a look at how spread Mercer Island is. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to pull that defense out and open up the middle.
Pulling back, thanks to Todd Elvig, our executive producer, Sarah Elvig on camera. Here's the cutter.
Triple team to stop it. Look at that.
And that's Lulu Carr, 28, as she slices through, gets it down. And then there is a whistle. So we'll see here. And that's on the 12-meter.
12 meters, still within the critical scoring area.
So the safety rule here is on the shooting space, you try to defend with your stick and not get anybody in between you and the goal, as these kids can fly it in. As the level of play, the athleticism, the power is just getting so good. And she gets in and she puts it in the back of the net. And Lulu Carr, the freshman, gets on the board, and it's 2-0 Mercer Island.
A beautiful roll dodge there to put the defender on her back, and nice patience to make the goalie commit and then put it behind.
Man, she knows how to put the hurt in the dirt right there. Here she comes. So we've got a roll off the screen. She's taking it in. She's got her beat right there and knows I can go high to low.
So Mercer Island here getting some turnovers on the midfield. And right now, Emily Durban, if you're Seattle Prep, Katie Brodsky, you just got to tell the kids, hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the ball and keep doing what you do. Their defense is getting some turnovers, but we got to get it down there. They've got to have a little bit of more offensive prowess. So when they're transitioning, get it down there, get settled, and then just play your game right now.
5:52 left to go in this first quarter. Cho and Steele on the circle. And as we talked about, Camilla Manfredo, 15 in white on the circle, just being a force.
And she's got a great matchup there in Sophia M.
Ball down. We'll see who comes up with it. And it is Seattle Prep with 27, Catherine Kaiser. She's heading to play at Columbia next year. And we'll see if Prep can cut the lead to 1 here.
There we go. That's exactly what we just talked about. Get the ball, get it down, and set up your offense.
Schiller in the back. Do you think, Grace, do you feel like they should attack from behind the cage or up top?
You know, I would initiate from the top, try to dump out to the elbow, see if you can get a shooting space or see if you can just expose some space in that zone. That's a nice look there.
Talk about Loeffler. You know, this defense has been fantastic. Good pass in the middle, just down, but it's picked up by Prep. Now it's down again. And Prep comes out of it. Megan Moffitt.
Staying alive.
One thing Mercer does a great job of is keeping their sticks up as they're recovering out in a chaotic moment like that. Gets the knockdown there, but really nice awareness by Megan Moffitt to get that ground ball and keep the possession alive here.
Emily, how critical is it to Prep at least get a good look on Cage on this possession?
Yeah, I think
there's a turnover as I say that by Campbell Downer.
Yeah, they need to get some looks, and they need to get a couple points on the board. They can't let Mercer Island get too far ahead.
Carr has other wishes as she stops now back out to Kierstad, and they can attack. A good transition D there by the Panthers.
Mercer Island staff looking for their kids to get big here. Make that backer work around the 8.
And in the stick, just for a second there, was 46 in white, and that's somebody that Lindsey Gillis talked to us a lot about, Emily Durban. Sophia Kincaid, the sophomore, she had a big goal in the semifinal, and it sounds like at practice her confidence just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, she's a quiet contributor. She's had 11 shots,
And there it is.
11
There
goals.
is a shot.
There we
There's
go.
a save
That one right off the pipe.
by Quinn, kind of. I guess the pipe helped more than Quinn.
Goalie's
And
best friend.
Yeah, there you go. And spoken as a former goalie, right?
That's right.
No score there. And the pass is now just not crisp. But remember, these kids, this is their first time here. Even though they got freshmen on Mercer Island, they have been here 4 out of the last 5 years to this championship game as Kincaid takes it out on the near side here.
Yeah, I think you can see a little bit of the jitters here tonight. We're getting just a few kind of turnovers and key moments. I think those will sort themselves out, but we still have to see both teams keep the pressure going.
There's a check, but it's across in the sphere, and it'll stay in Kincaid's stick. She gets it quickly over to Erica. Kierstad just flies through the defenders.
To the note on jitters, I affectionately refer to this field sometimes as the Bermuda Triangle. You got the train going by, you got the planes going over, but it's worth noting we've got a great crowd, fans from both schools stacking the stands here. So feeling the presence of a big game, but also feeling the pressure of fans too. It's a really great moment for the sport.
And the weather has cooperated around, 60 degrees or so. Just a little cool breeze.
Knock on something there, Scott. We got a few clouds overhead.
Perfect night as Cho gets it here at the top of the fan, gets it over there as Camilla has to hustle to get that ground ball, and she does.
Nice use of the body to box out there. This is exactly what Lindsay Gillis told us she would prefer of her team, is to get down there, get settled, find the pace that's their pace, and take advantage of those openings that they can produce.
Tax a double. Here's Kierstad. Can she find an alley? Good job by the Panther defenders. That one's off Kincaid, but she gets it. Tried to.
You can really see the benefit of that backer defense. Anytime the ball is starting to get into that critical scoring area, inching near that 8-meter, we get doubles and triple teams each time.
You always want to look at number 21 in blue who's coming out here. She leads the team in caused turnovers as Kierstad drives in, and we got a call.
We got a shooting space. It's going to put her right center.
Kierstad already with one of the 2 goals off a free position opportunity.
Got about 45 seconds here. Clock will still run through the first quarter, but keeping it at the table for the last minute.
Kierstad with a bouncer, and she gets it through, and they're up 3-0.
Man, playing the bounce house with that. Going low to high again. That's great.
57% shooting, scoring on 58 goals this year. She's got 6 games, guys, with 5+ goals. She had a game this season. She had 9 that she put through.
That's just an absolute incredible score right there. You got to be real careful when she's got the ball on offense. As a defender, you've got to not give her any room, but you can't foul her. You can't give her that wide in the center, wide open goal. She'll take advantage of it.
The time on your scoreboard is a little bit different. The time being taped on the table. We'll get the accurate time as best we can from Grace.
Yep, we've got 37 seconds here coming off this draw. We'll see if someone can push pace and not one more here in the first.
And if you're Katie Brodsky, Emily, this is a great quarter break. So you could talk to your kids and calm them down as, again, MI gets another draw control.
Yeah, this game's not away from them at all. They're very competitive. They just got to get that first goal in.
Kierstad, does she get the hat trick? Yes, she does!
Man, she's a big bag wolf out there just blowing the house down.
And that was long range.
She's ready to play.
Take one more look at it. Oh, that's a celebration.
We're really impressed by the patience of Mercer Island shooters through this first quarter, really making the goalie commit to one position and then getting it behind her.
So Lindsay Gillis, we talked to her again. She's always there. You see the replay.
Look at that. Just sees the lane, knows what she wants to do, and fires it in there.
They're creating space on the offensive side, Emily. They are getting great looks. Not a lot of defenders in her grill.
No, and that space is really allowing either a drive or a nice quick pass off.
Just a few seconds left in this first quarter. 4-0 Mercer Island. As Lindsey Gillis, still early, only first quarter, she would love to have her third state championship. And another draw control by Camilla, the freshman. And there's Kierstad. Kierstad, she won 4 in this first quarter. They finally crash to her and stop her. And there's Chelsea Cho, and that will be the end of quarter number 1. We will take a break, and we will be back. We will be back with you for the second quarter right after this.
Okay, red light. This should be the red light. You got anything?
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet, even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
Back here inside the booth, welcome in STSPN. Scott Ohsman, Emily Durban with you. And Emily, Seattle Prep, again, 4-0 in lacrosse is absolutely not an issue. I mean, it's not a blip. They could score 3 in a heartbeat. But if you're Prep and if you're Coach Katie Brodsky, what are you telling your kids right now?
Yeah, I'm telling the kids to get the ball, number one. Once we have this, get it down to our end of the field, and then just play our game. They had some great looks. They didn't connect inside the 8. As soon as they get that connection and put the ball in, this is going to be a game that goes back and forth and back and forth.
And also, if I'm down there, I want it in number 16's stick. I want it Sophia
absolutely.
M. She leads them in scoring. She leads them in assists. You want the ball in her stick so she can do what she does and make things happen. But a fun first quarter. I mean, Mercer Island, they just look like Mercer Island. It looks like just control.
Yeah. They came in here. They've had a great year all year. They're 11-1. They know what to do. They didn't change very much for this game. Couple new offensive plays, which we're seeing are working out for them really well, which might be what's catching Prep off guard. Prep runs pretty much the same offense that they run. So a little new throw-ins from Lindsey Gillis over the last couple days.
We're back in action here as we look down at the field. And again, Mercer Island, they switch sides. As we get back over to the field, and Mercer Island, once again, Manfredo gets another draw control. And Lindsey Gillis, the head coach for MI, she was telling she's never seen anybody scoop up so many DCs from the circle.
Yeah, she's just an absolute groundhog out there.
Cho with it now. And they want to go in attack mode. As they were tested through the year. They're one loss. Here's a turnover, and that is Sophia M. with the ball, 16 in blue, just like we talked about.
She's the person that's going to make this happen here.
Megan Moffitt, also one of the threats with 27 on the year. As they work back behind the goal. And just looking for Prep to get some type of motion going and get an angle going. They're not getting a ton of good looks so far just through one quarter of play. And there's M. M attacks.
Finding
feeds it. And it's just wide with a great shot from Kaiser. And that's what M can do.
That's what she can do. She thought about taking it for a little stutter step, saw an open player, just didn't connect. They'll connect on that.
Schiller picks it up and gets it back out front. There's M, nicknamed Sim, Sophia M. And there's Steele.
Looking again.
Steele with a bouncer! No, that's Megan Moffitt. She got it to Moffitt, 25. And Prep is on the board, and their fan base is right below our broadcast position, and you can probably hear the excitement.
A little bounce, a little boogie on that one.
Listening into the Prep huddle at the quarter there, Coach Brodsky asking the team to play with the chip on their shoulder, noting that they haven't been here before, but that gives them that much more to gain. Really impressed with that finish there by Moffitt.
Yeah, the dish to Moffitt, her 28th on the year, but a great position there. She kind of posted up and a good pass inside. We talk about basketball similarities all the time, Coach.
Yeah, posting up in the top spot right there, going from high to low over her defender, just having control that whole time. Prep's got this. I think we'll see that a little bit more in a little bit different fashions. Mercer Island's got some good defense, so we'll see how this continues to play out.
9:33 here, second quarter. 3-goal game now in that draw circle and that possession here. They fight for it. Here comes Sophia M. Exactly what the Panthers needed.
Sim coming through real good at the start of this quarter here.
Kaiser drives, but she thinks better, and she comes back out. Campbell Downer, number 26, just a sophomore. Again, they have just as much firepower as Mercer Island does, Emily Durban.
Yeah, Campbell's got 25 goals in the year. She also has 15 assists, so very potent offensive player.
They work on that left side. They try to get it in close. Tough pass, cross cage, and the ball still down. Fighting for it is Sophia Loisel. For Mercer Island, there's a call, and it's going to go to the Islanders. And in the stick of Sophia Loisel, the defensive specialist, the junior.
Yeah, tough turn of events for Prep. Mercer Island, great tenacity on that to pick up that ball, to know the situation, to get it back, and then let's start it over.
Again, Loeffler, we're going to see scanning the field. She had great patience here in the first quarter when she did that.
Yeah, and at this moment, this is to their advantage. They're up 4-1 right now. They're not in a hurry to make things happen any more than needing to.
And there's a collision. Kincaid and Campbell Downer. It's going to go back to Kincaid and Mercer Island. They got aggressive, ball down, opportunity for Prep, but scooped up there by Carr. Here's Lulu. Lulu lefty, right in. And Lulu Carr gets going.
Oh, man. She must work for Amazon because that was airmail right in there.
That was a prime delivery. Second goal on this championship for the freshman Lulu Carr. And that was... We talked to Lindsey Gillis. That was not a settled offense. That was a fast break all the way.
No, that was an opportunity that she saw was her moment She saw the defense was spread. They're out of position, and she took it right to the center.
There it is. Another great look at it, and she's celebrating with her teammates. Lindsay telling us these freshmen don't know they're freshmen.
Yeah. Yeah, she was real surprised how people stepped up this year. She told us multiple times that they are just sponges. They're listening to what she has to say. They're growing every single practice, every single game. They've got no limits, and she's real excited to have them around for quite a few years.
Mercer Island now 5, Seattle Prep 1. We'll change that on your scoreboard here in just a moment.
Well, Mercer Island coach and staff giving claps to Loeffler for getting that going and really getting everyone involved. Sophia Kincaid comes up from the attacking end to grab that clear, eventually transition it down, and Lulu having a nose for the ball on that ground ball puts it in the back of the net.
The crafty lefty, and here comes a critical draw control for Prep. They got all kinds of sticks on it. They just can't get it. And it's going to go Seattle Prep ball, and in the cross of Sophia M.
Seemed like 7 or 8 sticks touched that before
it did. It was a hot potato there. Schiller at the top 4. Now here's Downer looking to see if she can find an alley.
Mercer Island putting pressure on behind.
Yeah. And that's Ingrid Marks, the defender. We don't call out the defenders enough. The junior 9 ground balls, 3 cost turnovers. And this is a stingy defense for Mercer Island, as always from Lindsay Gillis's teams. They don't give up a lot of goals.
I'm really impressed with the double and triple team checks. We haven't seen any in the Spheres tonight. They've been all really clean, really legal checks, which was nice to see. There she is again.
Inside, but a save by Loeffler.
Man, swatted down like a fly swatter.
Megan Moffitt again posted up and had that turnaround jumper, and it was caught beautifully there by Loeffler.
Really patient defense from Mercer Island there. I'll quote Rachel DeCecco, ESPN analyst, Tewaaraton winner, 2-time national champion. She would say, give the D some love, and they really got it done there.
They did a fantastic job there. Really working as a whole unit, that Mercer Island defense.
Absolutely. As Amelie Schmid, speaking of defenders, 8 and white, and they get it out again to Ingrid Marks, 20, trying to clear it. And Sophia Loisel gets it to the speedy Chelsea Cho, the future University of Denver Pioneer. Pio's going out, had a good season, got to the second round, and lost to, I believe, Northwestern, which is the number 1 seed, number 1 ranked team overall in the country, and they're heading to the Final Four. Ball down, but there's a whistle on the lead official here, and so it's going to be a free position shot on the 8-meter. And here comes Camilla Manfredo.
This is where that left hand is nice on that hash.
She's got 31 goals on the year
starts.
already. Oh.
She starts, and that's a procedure call, and that stops a potential goal, a big call.
Huge swing of momentum. If Prep can do something with that, that's really going to go a long way.
Kaiser barreling down the midfield here. Now she loses, she gets it back, and Kaiser wants it. Look at her go.
Yeah.
Finally gets it to M, and Prep, with 4:53 left in this second quarter, would love to get a goal heading into half.
Yeah, you can see the determination on their faces, in their bodies. They're looking to set it up here. They've got to still be patient because you can't turn it over anymore here. You really need to take advantage of this opportunity.
Where are the possible opportunities from the front side, left side, right side?
Oh, we got a flag here for a foul.
Okay, there's a slow whistle. Joe Bundick, our lead official's calling that, so Prep will.
Looks like this will be on the 12.
Lucy Tiscornia, number 2, called on that. She's 4 meters behind as they'll indirect get it over to Downer.
Sophia's got the
Downer, M with the goal! Good fake as she puts it in the back of the net. And it's 5-2, Mercer Island.
Get the popcorn out. This is going to be a game.
Going to George Washington University committed. That's 31 goals for the junior Sophia M. And that's a big goal, don't you think, Grace Hamilton? 5-2 with 4:03 left to go in the half.
Sure is. So Taza goes for the ball on the cage there and gets it done for her team. We talked about the draw being a battle here. Worth noting that Sim and Camilla there matched up lefty on the circle. Each have 3 draw controls. Look like they're making a matchup switch here to see if they can turn that Prep's direction.
M coming around to the near side as you see again that goal.
You could see her waiting, hoping her teammate saw the pass, and they did and connected right into the goal on that. Sim getting her some tonight.
We have such electric offensive players. That is going to be a redraw as it didn't clear the top of the heads of the centers there in the draw. Been a great week here. We had 2 excellent semifinal games. Prep winning over Issaquah, an unbelievable 7-5 win. They were 2 down. They had 5 yellow cards in that game and played for, 6 to 8 minutes. 2 players down and gritted it out. And here's another draw control for Prep as Downer has it.
I like that change in the matchup there. Get a righty on a lefty, see if you can test the stick a little bit more, and it works there.
Yeah, great call on that, Grace.
Downer working on left, working on Camilla. As they'll take it back out top. So see if they saw something there the last few minutes here. They've got good looks at shots. And M thinks she's passed it, but luckily picked up. Kaiser shoots, and it's off the pipe.
Had the flag there for a foul. But beat the goalie, just not the pipe.
2 off the pipe tonight.
Big rebound there by Campbell Downer. Prep stays in it here. Possession with 3 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Abby Hendry, 23 on attack over there getting the ball. She's got 8 goals on the season. As ball comes down, and now it's a scrum in the middle. Looking for it. Feet, hands, sticks, rolls out of bounds. Tough call for that official.
This will be AP here, so that's a Prep ball.
So possession arrow now in play. And so it's going to be Seattle Prep ball.
Great.
And offsetting penalties there. They call as the ball. You're not sure who went out. Here comes Prep.
Great defense here for Mercer Island. They've stayed home. They got the ball loose. They got it out of that critical scoring area in front of the net.
Trying to get Moffitt, trying to see if she can find a pathway as they'll spin it back around.
Yeah, Prep's doing a good job having their 3 lower players kind of cycle through. They're finding little spaces.
They get it inside. A great pass and a close by Catherine Kaiser, her first tonight. And all of a sudden, Seattle Prep is closing the gap. It's a 2-goal game.
Hi ho, off to work Prep goes. They got to make up a little bit of a difference here, but they're doing it. They're feeling the momentum. They're getting in touch with their good offense. Look.
2 minutes.
Just a great handle there by Kaiser to grab the high pass there and finish. I think Prep did a really nice job of continuing to send cutters through that backside as they were working it on the elbow, and then something came through. Really made that zone work on those cutters.
You see it one more time on the replay.
Nice ball fake there from Sim, right over the top, up and over. Just putting the rock in the bucket.
Yeah, Kaiser with a hot missile there, a burner over the shoulder. Not much Loeffler could do, and we're back here as the scoreboard is connecting. Another huge Seattle Prep draw control by Campbell Downer.
Yeah, Seattle Prep has really made some good adjustments on the circle. It's turning the tide just a little bit for them.
It's now 7-3 in Prep's favor on draw controls here. That adjustment on Manfredo there seems to be paying off.
Yeah, quite surprising. I really thought Mercer Island would have most of these draw controls tonight, so I'm really happy to see Prep make those little changes, and we've got a game because of it.
Oh, we're getting a yellow card here on Manfredo.
That's on Manfredo. It's an incidental, and if you're new to watching girls or women's lacrosse, sometimes the offensive player goes in, it's just kind of incidental contact, but anytime that cross hits the head, you have to blow the whistle and you have to get a yellow card as Downer gets it here. And Grace, what's our time? As there's a shot or a pass more likely, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Mercer Island ball.
We've got about 1:15 left to play here in the first half, 1:15.
In the clock here at the stadium, which is connected here, bear with us on under 2 minutes. Loeffler now getting some pressure. She's back in the circle. She has 10 seconds to get out of there. A good clear and a great catch by Ingrid Marks. Just tiptoeing out of inbounds. And there's official here, and they're going to get another yellow card administered as there's again, an incidental check to the head here.
Two big players for both teams going to be in the box for 2 minutes here.
So the player up does follow through into the second half. So we'll have to watch that as we start the second, as now they're back even.
You can hear the prep student section that has just stacked the line right where this ball's at.
Yeah. Ingrid Marks, the junior, gets it over. Ball down.
Great toss turnover.
Over to Schiller. Schiller coming down the midfield. She's got two on her, and she steps back.
About 30 seconds left in the half here.
Pearl Steele back over to Downer. Can they get a momentum and get this to a one-goal deficit? Great defense there.
Fantastic defense.
Amelie Schmid and Chelsea Cho. And they get possession back. Loeffler has it. It's off her stick, and it goes out of bounds.
That'll do it for the first half here. Exciting finish, though.
And there it is. It's hard to hear the clock, but after 2 quarters, 1/2 of the 2024 state championship game, we got a 2-goal game. Mercer Island 5, Seattle Prep 3. We will step away for a few minutes. We'll come on back. Stay with us. You're watching Washington State High School Girls Lacrosse right here on STSPN.
red light. This should be the red light. You got anything?
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet, even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
Okay, welcome to halftime 5-3, a big treat this year. We have the Holtzes, basically. Okay, we have Chelsea, they've had the Holtzes, which I've known for a long time as my kids played there, for anybody in the state of Washington. But you guys are the Rainier Cup champions, which is a brand new tournament that started this year. You guys had a big win over Stadium?
Yeah.
Is that right? I'm trying to remember. So talk about a little bit about that.
Well, it was really fun in general just to be able to be at the first ever Rainier Cup, and then to come out and win it. Like, We were just really excited to have some longer play in the season. Not everyone gets a chance to play in the playoffs, so it was fun to get an extra week and then 3 game days in a row. And some close competition. We played some 2 teams that we hadn't played all season, so it was fun to get that as well.
And for anybody who doesn't know, so the top 16 teams in the state, right, get into the state playoffs, and they have a round. So then they took Team 17, the next 16 teams, and created a new tournament last weekend at Eastlake High School. And talk about how for you, because what we're trying to do in the state of Washington is get everybody involved. You guys have a great young team, and you guys actually might be here next year or the year after. Believe me, watch out for North Shore. We'll talk a little about Stadium and Kennedy Catholic and Puyallup and all these other teams that are on the south end of the Puget Sound about getting all those talent going.
Yeah, I think we have seen in the last couple of seasons that these South teams that we didn't play growing up have so much amazing talent, and it's just awesome to see the sport growing like this, and I think the Rainier Cup is a great way to contribute to that.
All right, we're getting ready for the second half. Great to see you guys. Congratulations on the first ever Rainier Cup champions, North Shore. We'll be back with the draw right after this. All right, we're back here. Scott Ohsman, Emily Durban, Grace Hamilton with you. Second half. Started the third quarter here. Mercer Island 5, Seattle Prep 3, and there was a massive adjustment, Emily Durban, on the draw circle. And Seattle Prep came out 7-3 on top with draw controls.
Yeah, as Grace pointed out, Seattle Prep made some little teeny tweaks and got ahead of it that first half, which really brought them back in the game. Looks like Mercer Island, though, making some tweaks of their own to start it off.
It is a game of chess here. These two teams couldn't know each other anymore if they wanted to. Katie Brodsky played for Lindsey Gillis, the head coach of Mercer Island. Now Katie Brodsky, in fact, Lindsey Gillis said basically we're playing ourselves. They know exactly they know every offense, every defense. It's a mirror of each other.
Yeah, we talked to Lindsey about the game and said, hey, what do you do different? And Lindsey just kind of winked at us and looked away and said, I came up with a couple things last night.
And we saw them early. Here is Kierstead. She's got a hat trick with 3. And Erica, as they call Bumblebee, gets it to Cho. Cho takes a shot, but there's a card. It's actually the ball got stuck in a stick, and it's going to send Cho to the 8-meter center hash.
Ooh,
what a defensive play there.
Yeah. Dangerous person to have at center hash.
Chelsea Cho is trying to get this third quarter, the momentum back. She goes simple bouncer, old school, Emily. And just like that, 6-3.
Man, I love it. We got the peppers are popping out here tonight.
She is the first goal tonight, the commit to DU next year. And Chelsea Cho quickly takes that momentum, which Seattle Prep clearly had as we headed into the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, Lindsey Gillis didn't really like the way the momentum was going that second go. She's made some adjustment. They got the draw. Again, draw controls are huge tonight.
Great crowd on hand. The weather is absolutely perfect for a great night of lacrosse here. Both student sections here in full. Parents are here. It's a great night for girls high school lacrosse here at the Starfire Sports Complex as we get ready at the draw. Again, no changes at the draw. Chelsea Cho in the white for Mercer Island.
Ooh,
and
a little bit of wiggle there.
Yeah, Pearl Steele, for Prep. And M comes up with it. A big draw control, and it gets it over to Downer quickly. On the far side is Seattle Prep.
Wow, this transition game is fast. It's going quicker than my little Instagram reels.
Both those yellow cards released, and looks like we got a new draw taker on for Mercer Island. Lulu taking the past 2 draws here.
Okay, I missed that then, and there's a shot by Megan Moffitt, and it's blocked by Loeffler. A nice job by Loeffler getting in the way there and saves a goal here to take that momentum right back. As you hear from Grace Hamilton on the sideline doing an awesome job. I thought I saw Cho on this. Oh, you're talking on the circle, not on the draw. I got it.
Yep. Lulu taking the draw. They push Chelsea Cho to the circle.
Yep.
And ball out on the far side. We'll see who.
They're going to call that a check through the sphere, so this will be Mercer ball.
All right, Ingrid Marks, 20. The junior is going to take it for Mercer Island.
Yeah, you see Lindsay just a little jaw there at the ref.
Oh, and then tough pass. It's picked up. Here comes Downer. Shoots and scores on the turnover in the midfield.
Man, hitting some Smurfs in the turf. Throwing it through. Go ahead, Scott.
No, Downer with her first goal tonight. The sophomore gets it back to within 2 with 9:26 here in the third. We have had an exciting opening minutes here of the third quarter.
Yeah, Downer's had 23 goals on the year like we talked about earlier. She's definitely a threat. When she gets those opportunities, she's going to take them. There's no needing to wait right now. There's a sense of urgency, and there she goes.
You see the end of it, but that's Grace Hamilton. That is defense turned into offense.
That's right, and good tenacity on that ground ball by Downer there.
Yeah, check that rather. You're absolutely right, as you've got Lulu Carr for Mercer Island on the taking the draw here. And we'll see how this works out for all involved. Right now, Sophia M. is the benefactor, and she gets it back to Downer. And Downer gets back over, and Moffitt will take a look and see if they'll settle it and get an offensive play going.
Yeah, this crowd is absolutely electric tonight. Each time a team gets their ball, the student sections just go absolutely bonkers with each other.
It's fantastic at Mercer Island's student-run radio station broadcasting the game tonight. As you see Steele get back over to M. And we'll see what adjustments are made by these coaches and their staff. Little spin move.
Man, she's twisting like a cyclone out there.
And pass is intercepted there by Carr. Downer gets it, and Carr's trying to get out of her own offensive zone and get it into the midfield.
Yeah, playing a little bumper cars and got it out.
Over there to Sophia Loisel.
Carr was stuck with the draw stick there, so ball a little tougher to handle, but does a really great job of keeping the ball in her stick and getting it to her teammates so she can switch sticks there.
Yeah.
Great point. They now have the gate sticks, ball down here as Erica speeds out and picks it up for Mercer Island, but they constantly are switching the draw stick out.
Yeah, got to give a shout out to Lucy Toscornia, and I believe it's Hannah on prep, running the draw sticks back and forth. That's a lot of steps when you add them up through the game, but they're doing a great job of setting their draw teammates up for success here.
Yeah, great defense on Mercer Island in that last one. Really stopping what could be a lot of momentum for prep here. And look then.
And get it inside. She can't hold it. And it's a turnover right inside the 8. As Catherine Kaiser with it for prep. Now she'll get it off. Now should be able to handle that. Is Amanda Christian, a defender. Number 22 in blue. Haven't called her name. 12 ground balls, 11 caused turnovers. As Sophia Staggs brings it down. And here comes prep. Hendry with it behind the cage. And they move the ball quickly. Do not look away as these guys are attacking at every point, Emily.
This is really quite a barn burner. We've got a great game here. We're getting some good feeds inside. We're getting some great defense tonight. Just fantastic to see.
Moffitt puts it up. M has a lane, and M connects. Through the 5-hole.
Absolutely incredible. We got an ankle biter that slipped right on through.
And we got a 1-goal game with 6:31 left here in the third quarter.
Here she is. Knowing she's got a lane right there, and just throws it in.
Her second of this game, 30 on the season. She knows how to find in between the pipes, that is for sure. And Grace Hamilton, you saw that they got Moffitt on the post, but that time they doubled Moffitt as she got the entry pass. And it paid off for Prep as they turned the ball around.
Yeah, I think that's that presence that we've been looking for them to have on the offensive end, and really nice patience there. Again, making that Mercer Island zone work and recover out to them, and then gets a lane and a beautiful 5-hole finish. Another draw control for Prep here.
Look at that Statue of Liberty right out of the air.
That is Pearl Steele, the sophomore. Gets it for Seattle Prep and see if they can tie this game up. They have never been ahead or tied so far through this game, and Mercer Island went out on a 4-0 run in the first quarter. Kaiser gets it down. The ball's down. She'll get a call. And they'll see where they're put her here. They're going to get her out on the 12-meter is Catherine Kaiser.
Catherine Kaiser not shy for the goal at all. Again, she's got 29 goals on the year, 1 tonight already.
The Prep coach and staff looking for them to pull it out, get big here, but we'll see if it happens.
Kaiser testing all the limits there as they're going to ring up Camilla Manfredo.
And Manfredo and Kaiser need to be careful here, both with a yellow card, so another one and they're out for the game.
That's a great point, Grace.
Yeah.
Seattle Prep had 5 yellow cards in the semifinal win, and they can't be in position with a team like Mercer Island being 2 players down, or even 1 player down for that matter, as Prep settles it here on the near side.
Steady defense from Mercer Island here. You can hear the talk on the field. That's fantastic.
Finds Kaiser, and she puts it, and they're tied up.
Dang! Get that ball, a boarding pass. It sailed right through.
Beautiful ball movement there by Seattle Prep.
I mean, that's college level right there. The sight on that, the pass on that, the delivery from the stick into the net, just on a laser. Absolutely incredible.
Down 4-0 in the first, crawling back down 5-3 at halftime, and the Panthers of Seattle Prep have tied this one up with 4:48 left to go in the third.
Worth noting, of Seattle Prep's 6 goals, 5 of those assisted, so really reflecting their depth and prowess on the offensive end here.
And we talked about Grace. Sophia M., she's got 19, 20 assists on the year. You get the ball on her stick and just good things seem to happen.
Yeah, and she's really got a fire lit under her tonight. You can see it across the board. Every moment she's been around the ball, she wants the ball, or she's making a play to set someone up to get the ball.
Another 50-50 ball.
Play on.
Oh, my goodness. Prep wanted to call Erica Kierstad, meanwhile.
Looking for a piece of the pie for a moment there.
Kierstead with such a nose for the ball there. I think down the stretch here, Mercer Island will really want to lean on those senior attackers, that senior presence to really just scoop up those contested balls and get it on their end, be nice and patient here.
Yeah, and Lindsey Gillis, I mean, they had 1 loss, Eastside Catholic, this year, and she's talked about just big play kids, just knowing the moment and coming up huge when they needed to. Kincaid gets it back out, and here's Chelsea Cho, and you're right, they have much more senior leadership at this time than Prep does. They move it around the fan, and Kierstad testing the top of the circle.
They're getting nice looks from Manfredo on that lefty elbow there. Expect that to come open a little bit.
Cho into Kierstad. Kierstad bothered, ball down. And there's going to be a call, but it's going to go to Seattle Prep. And quickly is Kaiser the midi.
Man, I don't know if I've seen a game with so many ball downs in the 8.
Yeah.
It's not missed passes for the most part. It's great defense.
It really is. It's a clean game.
Officials doing a really good job of, letting the girls play and really showing the best of the sport on the field here. Have to give them a shout out for really the past 2 nights of doing a great job of letting us play some lacrosse.
Absolutely. They do a tremendous job as this game has grown and developed. And here's him one more time testing. But she'll have to back off, and there's a
shooting space.
A fake, and that's something that we're seeing developed as the kids fake on the 8 or even side between the 8 and the 12 meter.
Yeah.
They set up that shooting space violation. It's tough for the officials, but they get the call here as the shooting space is called. Now she's on the 12.
That's where we're seeing some of that college level game come back to us here, where we get to see those really aware players knowing the space, knowing where the defense is at, to do that fake, to draw that call, and to just give a nice pause and possession.
And that's where head coach Katie Brodsky comes in. Again, she was an offensive powerhouse not only at Mercer Island, and we got a good clip as in between the quarters we'll show you from her state championship game in 2018 as Prep one time looks in, shoots and scores! This time it's 28 Pearl Steele with a great dish.
Dang, burying that ball in the net deeper than the moles in my yard. That's absolutely incredible. Going ahead here, taking the lead for the first time in the game here in this third quarter.
5 different players, and they take the lead for the first time. And we got a timeout on the field with 1:55 left to go as you see the delivery. Prep on top for the first time.
Yeah, this is great.
And we'll be back. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. Well, I want to talk through it. I want to talk about it. Yeah, no audio. Talking about Katie Brodsky, here's the 2018 state championship. She's wearing 14 in maroon. And here she comes around. Fake. Boom, baby.
Look at that sidearm just sliding in.
That is a little sizzle. Let's look at it one more time. Fakes it up, comes down, and she talks about how she brought some creativity to her attackers and her middies, and you see it flying. Now, unfortunately, they ended up losing that game by 1 in that state championship, and here it is again right here at Starfire.
This is the second.
Oh, that's
the second goal.
Ah.
Watch her turn around now, go high on that goalie. Took her off the hip, took her high, just putting it in and running back like it's nothing.
And they called dangerous propelling on that one. But she knew how to fly it again. I talked about when she went to Arizona State, they went to the Pac-12 championship her senior year. I think it was a junior year, but she had 31 goals, 25 assists. She can fly it. She knows how to score, and that's when we talked to Lindsay Gillis. Yeah. She knows better. I said, you're known for defense. I'll tell you what, Brodsky knows how to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and Lindsay Gillis had some ideas. She knew that she was going to be needing to make tweaks throughout the game tonight. I'm sure that's why she called a timeout. I think this is a great timeout as a coach. I love it when we can do it, call it, and just tweak the thing that needs to be fixed. Change the momentum here. Get it back to your side of the field. Put that rock in the darn bucket and tie this game up. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, and Lindsay asking for her team to want the ball here, and then on offense, execute. Yeah. So look for them to try to find that elbow look for Manfredo, send 2 cutters through that zone on the weak side, try to open up for a shooting space. On the prep huddle, tons of enthusiasm for the way they're feeding the ball, but really wanting to pull the ball out wide and possess a little bit more, that money ball mentality to really possess the ball, slow it down, and get the game back to their pace.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Grace. As again, now a change on the draw as they go back. Mercer Island goes back to Chelsea Cho. So making constant adjustments as Steele goes down, and Manfredo comes up with it, but there's a call, and it's going to go to Mercer Island.
That's why you get that timeout. They got the call. Just got to get it down there, running out of some field space here.
And the freshman has it right here on the boundary.
Awesome presence to just bring that right by the prep student section, too. Love that from the freshman.
No moment too big. There's a tough pass, but it's backed up, and it's going to be no problem for Kierstad as they're going to try and set something up here, it looks like.
This right here is Mercer Island's game. They get it down there, take a breath, set up your normal routine. You got the play that's already been successful for you early on in this game. Just get it back.
Down one, Kierstad. Back over. There's that Manfredo. You talked about it, and Cho at the top.
Yeah, need to hit Camilla a little bit sooner there. Here it is.
Yep.
Goes into Kierstad. Turn, and yes! You bet!
That's the execution Coach Gillis is looking for.
She is on a roll. I love it. She's going like those hot dogs at 7-Eleven. Just put it in, put it in, put it in. Going, going, going. I love it.
That is 4 goals for Erica Kierstad, the senior. 4 goals tonight. And reminder, we will have an STSPN player of the game. We're going to have 2 of them at the conclusion of this championship battle. But we are all tied up. No talk about that. 49 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And what a third quarter it has been for the Seattle Prep Panthers.
Yeah, great timeout that they took. They got set. They stopped the momentum of Prep. Most important thing. Second thing, they got back in this game. Even Steven right now.
You talk about Mercer Island. A lot of the times, again, they've been to this championship game 4 years out of 5. Didn't get here last year. But many of those seasons, they cruised through their regular season in the Nisqually. They were 6-0 in conference, but not a lot of blowouts as Kierstad comes up with another huge draw control. As she takes count.
Yeah. Draw control. Here we go.
Measuring. Kincaid with it down, who's been great. Had that big goal in the semifinal win over Seattle Academy. Took the reigning champions out of this championship game for 24. Here's Manfredo now getting more pressure. Show, top of the circle, goes in, loses it. Ball down. Erica comes up with it, ball down again, and it's going to get
in the spear.
A foul called on Prep.
Mercer needs to hurry up here. Clock isn't going to stop.
And that is the end of the quarter, so no opportunity there. Great call on that, Grace Hamilton. We will step away. 3 quarters in the books. State championship on the line, and we're all tied up. Call somebody.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, requesting immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
She's thrown some sliders tonight, some new ones in the catalog for you, Durban. What a game. 7-7 tied. 2024 championship. It's up for grabs, and we are set for an exciting fourth quarter. I don't know what team's going to come up with. We've had big plays on both sides, turnovers inside the 8. I don't know what else could happen.
Yeah, this is an incredible game. This is one of the best games I think you and I have ever watched and been a part of. We're tied up as we go into the fourth quarter. There's nothing better than that. You can feel the electricity out here. The student sections have been standing up the whole time. It's just amazing to be here.
You got seniors from Mercer Island. Eric Kierstead, she's got four so
goals.
far. Seattle Prep, they have 5 different players that put it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So you got just power versus power. This is all you want in a championship game. It's the 2 best teams in the state of Washington this year.
Absolutely, this is the 2 best teams. This is like a Taylor Swift concert. You're just getting hit after hit after hit, and it just keeps going. There's so many great players. It's so great to be a part of this.
Just a reminder on the scoreboard on our screen here, it's 4 quarters. It's just the scoreboard here doesn't know that it's 4 quarters. So pardon that one. We're working off that scoreboard here at Starfires. We're getting ready. And Grace, as we get this draw, I know you were listening in to both sides at the break.
Yeah, Lindsay pointing out that they have 12 minutes left in their season, asking them to do what they've practiced. Really think that post look is there for them all day long. So looking to get the ball to Manfredo, and she eats it up on the draw here.
Here comes Camilla, who's just been a phenom, that freshman tandem. Great friends off the field, Lulu Carr and Camilla Manfredo. Been a big part of the success this year, as Lindsay wasn't sure what she had. 11 seniors graduating last year. And right now, the seniors in Kierstead, as she comes across, and Chelsea Cho, they're kind of driving the bus. This is when you want seniors to make those big plays in the senior moments.
She's got some good looks going here. They're being very patient. They tested it, the waters a few times into that 8. Didn't have the look. Passed it back around. Look at that. Prep just surrounding them. There's no room to shoot at this moment. They're looking for that seam, though.
Crossfield pass. Now they get Kierstead 1-on-1. She drives. She shoots it. It bounces in. And 5 goals for the senior Erica Kierstead. Oh, my.
Get the butter out. She is on a roll tonight. This is absolutely incredible. She stepped up exactly at the time that they need him to step up. They're going ahead right now because of this. That's what you want in your senior.
Well, speaking of butter, she is just so slippery on that drive there. Yeah. Incredible handle to get through, I think, 3-4 prep defenders, and then the presence to finish. Really impressive from E.
Yeah, here's another look. She takes on 2 at least, and she's so smooth and silky, like you said, Grace, and she just gets by, finds that little free hands, gets that opening, and she puts it in.
Man, you can really see it when a player wants that goal. She wanted that. She tasted it. She threw it down.
So the lead now bouncing back. Mercer up 1. It was 5-3 Mercer at the half. Third quarter belonged to Seattle Prep. They came back, tied it up, and here we go, the fourth quarter, and it's Manfredo once again.
Yeah, 2 big draw control, to start off this half.
Well, in credit Prep, they really contested Camilla off the circle on the draw in the third quarter with that adjustment to put Downer there. But Camilla having the presence to really get the best of it so far in this fourth quarter when her team really needs it.
Coach Durbs, what do? You get it back into Erica's hands and let her finish?
Personally, I would. I'd be calling for it.
Here she is.
Can score.
She's on the left side. She loses it.
Check.
But there's a check. And that's going to go against number 19, Charlotte Flynn, the sophomore defender, and puts Kierstead on the 8. 5 goals for the senior. Drives in, shoots, and make it 6. And they're up by 2.
Another little low bouncer shot. Those earthworms ducking for cover as it comes in hard and fast.
And Seattle Prep asking for a timeout here.
Smart.
See if they get it.
Smart. Stop the momentum.
9:44 left to go in this championship game. And, you know, I don't know what Quinn Dennehy, the Prep goalie, is supposed to do on that one.
Yeah, you're one-on-one with one of the best players in the game. You just be as big as you can. There's nothing.
And she didn't have a lot of help on that side of the 8.
No. So doing the best she can. I'm sure she felt the pressure on that. Kind of like the heat that a snowman would in the middle of July. You're just melting.
Well, if you're wondering how they got here, Seattle Prep in the first round went pretty easily 15-7 over Anacortes. Second round, they faced that Eastside Catholic, who had the only win over Mercer Island, but they took care of business 19-3, and they got to the semis. And in a tough game over Issaquah 7-5, Mercer Island faced Camas from down south near Vancouver, Washington, 120-6. Then they beat, I'm sorry to bring this up to you, Grace.
Don't remind me, Scott. Don't remind me.
Woodinville 14-8. But as we talked, as you go back in the booth here, I guess, Grace, that one didn't. I was at that game. That didn't feel like 14-8. You guys were competitive the whole night.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, we talk a lot as a team about wanting to come up against teams like Mercer Island. We you know, request our schedule accordingly, and you know, really great battle on both sides. I thought that we improved from a regular season meeting. And just impressed with the kids' effort on both sides of the ball, and you know, I tip our cap to Mercer Island for coming out on top and then being able to withstand SAS in the semifinal here on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and that was a 10-8 victory. It was a tough game right there. And Lindsay gives us, she has Saffron Finello, Maddie Hunter. I mean, she's got tremendous experience. Maddie, also a former ASU Sun Devil, played there with Katie Brodsky 1 year, just a year older. So those two, again, everybody knows everybody, and they know everything. I don't think there's a lot of secret strategery happening here on both coaching staffs, Emily Durban.
Yeah, I agree with you, Scott. Each of these coaches are coaching kids from the other team. They're all were talking before the game. Just
I know, we had to break them up.
We actually broke them up and told them we need to talk to you separately to get your insights.
It's a great community here as the state of Washington as it develops and grows, and just been absolutely a thrill to see it grow over the last 10 years and more.
Yeah.
Boy, this game has come, these athletes, just the level of skill has just been exponential, especially the last 3-4 years since coming out of the pandemic.
Yeah, that certainly is an attribute to the feeder programs that are starting kids early. We're getting kids in first grade, second grade, third grade playing. They're playing through middle school. They're refereeing during this time, so they're getting a different look on the game, and it definitely translates into this great game that we're seeing here tonight.
And Chelsea Cho comes up with a big draw control there. Manfredo has it again. The lead now 2 goals for Mercer Island, back to their halftime lead of 2 goals, and we'll see if Seattle Prep can answer and hold them off here.
Go ahead, Grace.
Yeah, Prep applying some really nice pressure in the ride there, really not taking any possession for granted. Credit Coach Brodsky for really sending the pressure here and making Mercer work for it.
Yeah.
Here comes pressure as Lulu Carr splits the middle, and she'll get a shooting space violation here on Seattle Prep, and she'll sit at the 8-meter for a chance to make it a 3-goal lead. And it is. There it is.
There it is.
Carr gets her third of the night for the freshman Lulu Carr. She knows how to do it. She's got a 63% shooting percentage here through the season. And is that enough? Is 3 goals enough?
I think it is enough.
I don't know. It's a game of runs here. Could flip the other way.
I like that. I do think that, look at that goal. She knows that she's getting herself a piece of that good pie right there. I think 3 goals can be quite demoralizing. If you're Seattle Prep, you can't let that get you down. You got to get out there. You got to answer this back right here. You can't let them have another possession. They're going to start spending time if you give them that next possession. Man, I'd love to see it come back.
Well, it's something Katie Brodsky talked to us before the game, her and Smalls, Elizabeth Andrews, about the mentality. They were 3-4. They actually said that Woodinville game, they lost 3 of those games by 1 goal, and they tested the mental fortitude of these kids and got them to come back even when things were tough, as another tremendous draw control by who other but 15 in white, Camilla Manfredo.
Yeah, Coach Brodsky really pointed out that her team had great tenacity. They knew situational lacrosse. They know what they need to get done in certain types of situations. Look at them. They're getting that far double team out there right now.
There it is, and they do get the ball down. They're going to get in the sphere call. It's going to stay in Camilla's stick. She'll get it back up to her friend and freshman Carr. And now here's Erica. 6 goals in this championship game. We will have a player of the game, and I'm going to guess number 4 in white is going to be one of them.
I absolutely think so. She certainly earned it tonight. I think Lindsay Gillis deserves quite a bit of credit here. She took a timeout. I don't think Prep has scored since that timeout that she took.
The other thing we're seeing, and Grace, I don't know, we're seeing 8-meter goals instead of just free play. As we kind of test it right now, and they'll pull it back out.
Yeah, and that really results from the ball movement from Mercer Island there to, pull that zone down and closer to the crease. Later in the game, you're maybe losing some of your legs, harder to shut off that angle and get up to avoid that shooting space here. So Mercer doing a really good job of sort of exploiting that.
And here's Chelsea Cho one more time. Sophia Staggs, the defender, the great defender at Seattle Prep, couldn't quite get out of the way in time.
Yeah, very potent shooter here.
Cho bounces off and in. That went off a couple sticks from my vantage point, and it puts it in. And there's another one for the Islanders.
Man, right through the defense stick, right popped over the goalie. Incredible shot. There's got to be a lot of power to get through that many sticks. She's just a potent. Here we go. We're going to see the defense make contact on it right there, and then it just bounces right through. Great shot. Lots of power. This is exciting lacrosse.
11-7. As we talk about this game, I want to make sure everybody knows that come 2028 Summer Olympics, lacrosse is official. It's going to be in the 2028 Olympics here. As go to usalacrosse.com for more information on that. We got a lot of exciting things. The 2024 NTDP regional tryouts, you can check that on. We got the World Lacrosse Women's Box Championship schedule at USA Lacrosse. So there is so much going on with this game, and when we get into the Olympics, it's going to absolutely blow up even more.
Yeah, we'll get some nice exposure there.
Well, and I think something so special about LA 28 and lacrosse returning at that games in particular is it's North America's first sport, created by indigenous people, really returning on home soil. So going to be a really special moment for the sport. Also a huge growth opportunity. Prep gets the draw control here, see if they can start.
Yeah, Pearl Steele, your audio cutting in a little bit, cutting out. And here's a big moment with 6:40 left to go in this game. Plenty of time for Seattle Prep to do some damage here and get back into it.
Yeah, they've got the clock to do it. They have to take advantage of the possession that they have. They've done that several times tonight. I think if they stick to who they are, you got to have a small sense of urgency, though.
And they get it back in. Sophia M16.
There
Quick
it is.
pass in. Shoots and scores! Once again, Catherine Kaiser with her third. Give her a hat trick, but the feed by M was spectacular.
That's like dun-dun-dun. She just went all the way. Bringing it here. Yes. I love seeing this. The tenacity that these kids have. They're finding those seams. They're putting it in. Did you see the elevation that you got? Here we go. M, shot, step, up, jump. There it is.
That is a jumper. Mid-range jumper right through the net. Unbelievable.
Absolutely phenomenal lacrosse that we are seeing tonight.
Grace, that's that play that was working really in the third quarter for them as they kind of crawled back late in the second and the third.
Yeah, that's right. They're doing a really good job of finding their feeders here.
Yeah.
So here we go now, 11-8, 6:14 left to go. We'll see if Prep can get another draw control. Obviously, possession just such a huge key. And trying to come back. Camilla. hunts it down, no problem, with another just massive. Again, 116 through the season. She's had plenty tonight, but the ball's down. It ends up in Prep. Prep goes and scores! Lindsay Schiller, the freshman, at the right place at the right time.
Wow, taking advantage of the yard sale that happened out there with the stick down, trusting in herself to go to goal. I could see a small hesitation there. We're going to see this again in a minute. Just an absolutely unfortunate turn of events once once Mercer Island got that ball off the draw.
She had 10 caused turnovers on the season, none bigger than that to bring them within 2.
Absolutely phenomenal.
So here we go. 5:54 left. That happened in a hurry.
Well, Grace, I owe you a pop. You're absolutely right. 3 goals is not enough.
Back at this draw here for Prep and Blue. Pearl Steele been doing the duties all night. Mercer Island changing it up here and there, but they got Chelsea Cho back. And they've changed up M and Camilla. That's a great matchup. Players down, and it comes up into Pearl Steele's stick. They get it off. Amanda Christian, 22 now, driving it in.
Here we go, another opportunity.
Schiller with the last goal, a big one, only 15 on the season, but that was a huge goal there as Moffitt gets it back out. Now they look.
Good, great stop by Mercer Island defense.
8 fakes, shooting space, and they will get Sophia M center hash 8-meter and an opportunity to cut it to 1.
Sophia M center hash. Big stick, big power. Let's see what she does with it here.
They call her Sim because it's in, and we got a 1-goal game.
Holy moly, we are in it. There's not a single person in the crowd that's sitting down right now. Everyone's on their feet. It's absolutely electric. This is a real hair biter here.
This really is an unbelievable performance. And it's that caused turnover by Lindsay Schiller that kind of started it.
Yes.
And then the massive draw control, and they get it. We talked about it in the pregame. Sophia M., the junior, heading to George Washington. It seems on offense and defense in the midfield, you get it in her stick, just good things seem to happen for these Panthers.
Good things happen. She's just on fire tonight. Hot like sriracha.
Her 3rd goal of the night. 6 different players scoring for the Seattle Prep Panthers tonight. Back at the draw, the critical moment here. Pearl Steele coming up. Cho tries to get it. There she is with a the freshman comes up huge. Protecting that 1-goal lead, Camilla.
And that's what she's done all year. She's been just a monster on the draw.
Lindsay Gillis again telling us she's never seen those kind of productive numbers from somebody on the circle who's not a self-drawer in all her years of coaching, and that's saying something.
Yeah, and Lindsay talking to her players on the side, telling them to slow down, spend the clock. They're up right now. They're in no hurry to score. If good things happen and things align, take it.
4:24. Kierstad with 6 goals in this championship game. Chelsea Cho trying to find some room. Gets it back over. There's Manfredo.
Great patience with Mercer Island.
Prep now can't be too cautious. They got to be a little aggressive here to put some pressure on. Ball down! And it stays back in the stick of Mercer Island. Lulu Carr, the other freshman, with it. As you hear the crowd absolutely enjoying the intensity here. Kierstad makes a move, drives now. pops out to Chelsea Cho.
That's that backer D, just putting a little extra pressure on to keep her out of the 8 and into space.
Kincaid finds!
There it is!
That's that look they've been looking for.
Yep. Great, snuck right in on the backside there.
And Camila Manfredo gets her first goal of this championship with a tremendous dish by Kincaid.
Man, she's coming up big. She grabbed that draw control. She was patient with it. She's right there. She's sneaking through. Right there. Boom. In and out. Yeah. Creating a little bit of a cushion on this score.
2-goal game with 3:22 left. That's the classic give and go, and we got a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the finish. Do not go away right here on STSPN.
Okay, red light. This should be the red light. You got anything?
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet, even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
Welcome into the booth. What an absolute pleasure has it been. It's a championship game, the two best teams, and they are putting on a tremendous show. Scott Ohsman, Emily Durban. We got Grace Hamilton down on the field. Coach Derbs, what a night.
What a night indeed. You couldn't ask for a better game here. This truly is the two best teams in Washington duking it out, and I think time's going to be the determinant here.
We'll see what happens. Stay with us here as the last 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Mercer Island put some gutty goals up to go up 2. Prep came back to cut it. And we'll see what's in store now here. Prep can cut it again and keep the pressure on. And Kierstad,
so
senior.
expect to see Prep shift into a man, shut off adjacents, try to get this ball back here.
Yeah, those are all great little tweaks to what they need to do. Mercer Island coming up huge on these draw controls the last 2.
Well, and just to underline how impressive it is for Manfredo to have 116 draw controls on the season just from the circle, I'll give a shout out to Woodinville midfielder Katie Eng, All-American in 2023, recognized All-Conference tonight. She holds the single-season draw control record in the state at 162 as a center. So for Camila to come up on that, just working from the circle, is a testament to Chelsea Cho's ability to get the ball to her and Camila's ability to convert.
Who had one-on-one Kierstad there, and she pulls it back out. But absolutely, Grace, just outstanding. Again, they're diaper dandies, right? Kierstad, 7. This time she's denied. Good save there by Quinn Dennehy.
Huge save. Big moment for that save.
Really clutch for Mercer to get that rebound there.
Ball down. It'll say restart. Prep, their first time here in this championship game since 2003. Other storyline, again, these teams so intertwined. Lindsey Gillis, before she took the Mercer job 8 years ago, she was the head coach at Seattle Prep.
Setting a good foundation for this game tonight. I like what both of these teams are doing here. Mercer Island still putting the heat on. They haven't won this yet. They're still trying. They're still looking for those advantages. You can see Prep's getting pulled out a little bit. That's going to be a little bit dicey. You cannot let someone get behind you on defense if you're pulled out that far.
The junior defender, Delaney Meehan, there caught.
There they go.
Stick to the body. It's turnover, or is it? Is it going to be? Yes, it is. It's going to stay with Sophia Staggs, the outstanding defender, leading the team in cause turnover. Put one more in her bucket right there. And here comes Prep with 1:04 left.
And look at this. Mercer Island putting on the press.
Love the tenacity on the ride there, but Prep.
And big pass.
Wow.
Oh, what a score by Megan Moffitt.
Moly.
Oh, my, the angle. Absolutely brutal.
That is brutal. Incredible turn of events here. Prep pulling their defense high. Fortuitous to get that turnover. Then, look at that. Long pass through the 8, up and over.
Incredible vision by Sim there to find Megan Moffitt, who is a tall tree in that 8, really taking advantage of her height to dunk that over there. Really impressive finish.
Man, fantastic passing down the field there.
That angle from here, Grace, I don't know from you, that looked like some high geometry. That was a sidewinder.
That was like 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional.
Just incredible across the board.
Under a minute to go, and we have a 1-goal game. Can Mercer hang on and get their 3rd state championship for head coach Lindsay Gillis?
Or do we get some free lacrosse here at Starfire?
Yeah, you could. I'm rooting for overtime. M comes up with a big one. Back over, steal. Now they settle. Jackson, her stick, she was hanging it out, and Camilla comes up with it.
Huge check, huge ground ball, incredible.
Unbelievable. Kierstad, the general.
Look at that.
30 seconds left.
Kierstad running to the far side, spreading it out.
Spend the time, know where you're at.
Oh, Prep had a tremendous opportunity, but great defense by the Islanders. And now the ball's down and Kincaid's down.
Wow, Islanders keeping that defense tighter than a jar of pickles. That was incredible. It's such an opportune time for them to get this ball.
Tremendous effort, Amanda Christian there.
And that's it.
Time.
That's it. That was a quick 30. And your 2024 state champions are the Mercer Island Islanders. I got caught up with the students rushing the field. And that is it. 12-11 your final here. Unbelievable. What a game. Mercer Island, again, gets Lindsay Gillis her 3rd state title since she took the job 8 years ago. And a tremendous credit to first-year head coach Katie Brodsky, her assistant Elizabeth Andrews. What a season, what a game.
Mercy, Mercer Island coming through. Fantastic game. Man, I couldn't ask for a better one tonight.
Unbelievable. Prep had a chance to tie it there at the end. We are going to go down and try to get Grace with our 2 players of the game, STSPN. It's going to be number 4 in white, Erica Kierstad, 6 goals. The senior comes in huge, and we have to go with number 15, the freshman phenom, the type of dandy baby, Camilla Manfredo.
9 draw controls, a cause turnover, a ground ball, and Camilla. Really impressive, just impressive performance from the freshman and complimented by the senior.
Man.
Unbelievable. Grace, we'll try and get your interview as close to the booth as possible to make sure our audio is clean there. What an absolutely barn burner. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Couldn't. Man.
You could not ask for a better state championship game.
Camilla. Man, what a loaded baked potato of stats that was there. Holy moly, she's got everything in that pot. Absolutely incredible. Erica Kierstead, Big E coming home with 6 goals. Was it 6 goals, Scott?
6 goals tonight. Lulu Carr with 3. Chelsea Cho had 1. But she was commanding. She took possession and control of that. And just an outstanding night for everybody there. And then Camilla Manfredo had 1 there late. But let's talk about, as we wait to get Grace trying to find our 2 player of the game. We got,
finding them in a sea of fans, but we'll get them here for you quick.
Yeah, we also got 2 T-shirts to give to them Emily's going to try and come down to the field, Grace, and get you those T-shirts.
Coach Durbs does it all.
She does. She's going to come down. But let's go through some quick goal stats here for Seattle Prep. Again, congratulations. They are so young. They're going to get back. There's no doubt, and both coaches agree, we could see the same two teams here next year. Lindsay Schiller, the freshman, she got a goal tonight. Going down the board, Sophia M., just absolutely sensational. She is electric, the junior. Can't wait to see her play. She had a hat trick with 3 goals, as you see the Mercer Island students celebrating with their team. And Campbell Downer, she had 1. Megan Moppet put 2 in the back of the net. And then Catherine Kaiser with a hat trick, heading to play lacrosse at Columbia, committed there, just a junior. And then Pearl Seal doing a great job as the draw control, and she had 1 for the sophomore as well. The goalie's doing everything they can do on a 12-11 win here for Mercer Island. Quinn Dennehy did everything she could, but I tell you what, Erica Kierstad, just too much. And Mercer Island did some great ball control, and Lindsay Gillis in her 8th year. 4 years out of the last 5, they've been to this game. She's won 2 back-to-back, and now she puts another with 2 years pause during the pandemic. And Lindsay Gillis, and I don't know what's going on, what they're drinking there on that island, but she's got something going. She is a powerhouse. Now, in the state of Washington, as we're waiting for Grace to find our players of the game, you got royalty here. You got Tammy Tamala, she's got 10 state titles. You have Jamie Asaka from Lakeside. Tammy Tamala with Bainbridge still there. Jamie Asaka was 6, as she calls it 6.5, as she helped Bainbridge and Tammy Tamala with the last one that she got. So Lindsay Gillis with 3 on her way here to kind of get into State Hall of Fame range here, as you just see a sea of people, and you see our own Grace Hamilton there running there with the T-shirt, trying to get our interview with our player of the game, Erica Kierstad, the senior, and the freshman Camilla Manfredo. Durban back up in the booth, and what's it like down there? Mayhem?
Oh, man, just fantastic. The energy from the student section just spilling onto the field. All smiles down there. Every single person just having a good time. You're seeing players run over, get hugged by their parents who are lifting them up. Just an incredible sports moment right there.
And I was just going through the stats as you were gone. Seattle Prep, nothing to hang their hats. First-year head coach, and she won Coach of the Year, and it's well-deserved. Katie Brodsky in her first year, and Elizabeth Andrews. 8-4 overall, but you wouldn't know it coming down the stretch. They had an 8-0 run.
No, they had a great run. They peaked at the right time. They're going to be back here.
Yeah.
I anticipate with this team that they're going to be back next year, perhaps even the year after that. We're going to see a lot more of this team. We're going to see a lot more of what each of these coaches can bring forward.
Grace Hamilton, I can see her, but her back is to us, and we're just
I'm working on it.
All right, she's working on it. There's pictures. There's a lot of procedural things to go. I want to take the opportunity, everybody here at Starfire, everybody at Washington Schoolgirls Lacrosse, WSLA. You can go to WSLAX.org. And a big shout out also, of course, to our executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig on camera here, everybody in the truck. And what a week it is to celebrate high school girls lacrosse. Has been another outstanding season here. As you see the trophy being carried over, that's Allison Estes, who does an incredible job in the organization. And she's got that big trophy.
Look at that big smile on Lindsay Gillis' face. Just fantastic to see her light up like that.
You know, we talked to her. Yeah, you can see her in the center of your screen clapping there. We talked to her. I call her the Lou Holtz, and you got to be old enough. Every year she thinks there's no way we're making it. Every game she's like, I'm not sure. Yeah. She downplays everything.
Yeah. We asked her for any little tidbits on our team, and she's like, no stories here. We're just who we are. That's it. Well, big story now. They're state champions.
They are again, and she is becoming a little bit legendary here. She's got the island rocking and rolling on Mercer Island there. It is lacrosse. It's a kingdom there for lacrosse. And, even the boys' side, as you see the girls celebrating, just a quick reminder, a quick plug, we are going to have the boys in Mercer Island always there, and they've got plenty of state championships on their side. You will see that on the 25th of this month, right here from Starfire, all 4 classification championships streamed live as you see the girls hold the trophy up right here on STSPN all day on the 25th of May.
Handing out some kisses here. They can finally touch it. They've been looking at that trophy sitting over there since the beginning of the game. They were out here just looking at it and thinking, this could be us, and here they are.
And they did it with the great blend. We've talked about it all night with that youth and also with the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. They found some really nice, they made some really nice adjustments tonight. Prep had some really good things up their sleeve. Mercer Island really showed their tenacity, came back, held the lead at the end, just took care of the ball. That's awesome.
And Emily, as it always comes back to, it's that possession on the draw.
Yeah.
And that was a teeter-totter. That went back. Mercer Island was killing them. Then Prep comes back 7-3 in that second quarter. They get that momentum going into half. Third quarter comes in. They blow it out. Then all of a sudden Mercer makes an adjustment, and they cleaned up in the fourth quarter.
Man, great coaching. Comes down to those 2 women. They know each other so well. They're trying to know what the other person maybe doesn't know about them, bringing out all the stops, rolling up the sleeves, seeing what's tucked underneath. Just absolutely phenomenal play.
As you see Mercer Island, again, all the parents out there, Grace is trying to get our 2 STSPN championship player of the games, Erica Kierstad. She was absolutely, the goal must have looked like the Grand Canyon to her. I mean, she absolutely, no hesitation. She used the bouncer all night.
Yeah, she took it low to high. Again, a little bounce and a little boogie, like we said.
I mean, she's had, like I said, 6 games over 5. She had 9 goals. She's coming off a 2-goal game in the semifinals against Seattle Academy and the Cardinals. As you see Grace finally getting our 2 players here. But nobody saw 6 goals in the championship game.
Man, no, I didn't see that at all. She just knew what she had to do. She came to play. Both of these ladies, you could see at times where they felt a little bit stressed and felt a little bit of that pressure, and they rose above.
Well, as they call Kierstad Bumblebee, and she was an absolute bumblebee tonight. As we are going to send it down here as we get it to our own Grace Hamilton with our player of the games.
All right, we've got Erica Kierstead, Ian Camilla Manfredo. Guys, what a phenomenal matchup. Really great game from both of you. What was it down the stretch that really got you guys to tough that out?
I think the team atmosphere, we just kept building people up. And I mean, Camilla with the draw controls and just pushing through. I think we all just are in it for each other.
Yeah. And Camilla, what a freshman year for you. You came in with 116 draw controls on the season, add 9 to that. Yeah. I love it. You don't even know the stat line. Hey, what's it like playing with an incredible senior leader like E and the rest of your senior squad?
It was so amazing playing with players like Erica. She always was there to hype me up, and it was just so amazing to play with such great players. It was just so amazing, and I'm really grateful that I got to play with them.
That's awesome. And you guys have a pretty incredible coach in Lindsay Gillis. What do you have to say about her leadership of this program?
I love her. I will never stop saying that. She wants it just as much as us, and it really pushes you in a way you can't explain because, I do it for her and I do it for everyone else, and you just know she's there to support you every step of the way.
I think that Lindsay's just she just supports us all the time. I think that she really pushes us to do what she thinks that we need to do, and also just for what's better for the team. And I really love that she's just always there for us, which is amazing. Yeah.
I love it. Well, this has got to be pretty high up there, but favorite memory from this season?
We haven't had the bus ride back yet for this game, but state 2022 bus ride back, pitch perfect, top moment.
All right, we running some pitch perfect back?
Definitely. I did. I memorized it.
Good job. Well, our STSPN players of the game, hold up your T-shirts. Show them to the camera. Yeah, I love it. Great job, you two. Congratulations on an incredible season. Good job.
Thank you, Grace. Outstanding interviews. Just so fun to see. And that'll do it. I mean, 6 goals, 9 draw controls. That's a pretty good recipe, Grace Hamilton.
It sure is, and just so happy for this Mercer Island squad. Tip our cap to Seattle Prep 2 on an incredible season. Been saying for so long that they have the pieces to really go the distance, and they did a great job. So congratulations to Coach Brodsky and her entire squad, and congratulations to Lindsey Gillis and Mercer Island state champs.
Absolutely. That is going to do it for us. For Todd Elvig, everybody at STSPN, Sarah Elvig on camera, Grace Hamilton, Derbs, another classic. Let's do it again next year. Always love having you in the booth. For everybody here, Scott Ohsman saying, so long, Mercer Island, your 2024 State of Washington High School Girls Champions with a win over Seattle Prep 12-11. Good night, everybody.